We are live tonight. We are going to talk about how to avoid copyright claims through legal bulletproofing. If you are a content creator, a KDP publisher, or an affiliate marketer, and you wish to prevent revenue losses due to copyright claims, stay tuned. You need legal bulletproofing. Now, right off the bat, I'm not a lawyer, so you're going to read my disclaimer carefully on my channel. Now, ask yourself this question: is your passive income actually an active legal time bomb? You do not need to be like many creators thinking that passive income is a set and forget event. The reality is you need to build a channel that makes you money. But you can build a $40,000 per month business and lose it on 15 seconds, all because one unlicensed background image, one unlicensed song. So stay tuned and stay with us. At the end of the session, you will have my copyright legal protection checklist framework to keep 100% of your revenue and start the copyright sniper before they fire. Now, here it is. It's on the description of this channel or this video, but also it's basically here as well. I'm going to go through it real quick so that you get an opportunity to see what it is, what it covers. Again, this is my disclaimer here. This is for educational purpose, and I'm not providing legal advice. If you need copyright protection, you need to hire a lawyer. This is very important. Now, the first item is to identify what you own. What is a copyrightable asset? So I provide information about that. You need to document your ownership and collect evidence and protect it in a storage like a cloud backup. You need to register your copyright, and there are many ways that we're going to be talking about that, like Copyright Office and other means. You need to protect your website. You need to protect your YouTube content. You need to protect images and graphics. You need to protect protection from contractors and employees. To give you an idea how to do that. We are going to talk about AI content compliance. At least on the checklist, it has some information as to how to do that here. You need to monitor your infringement and enforcement checklist, what to do before you take down and after. License revenue. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go through all these. If you subscribe to my channel and contact me, I should be able to send this checklist to you. It's available. It's also available in a condensed manner on my channel. So if you want to just go to the description of this document, you should be able to see it there. So I'm going to leave this section up for a little bit so you guys could kind of know what to ask for. It's called my copyright legal protection checklist, and use it to track your assets. Okay. Now, we all know that passive income is the dream, right? But here's the nightmare that nobody tells you about. Most creators are building their castle on borrowed sand. You think because you pay for a subscription, you own the content? Let me tell you, you do not. I have seen creators lose $37,000 in royalties overnight because of one tiny open loop on the copyright approach. However, today I'm giving you the keys to the vault, so no one can ever shut you down. Take this action right now. Order your top earning assets and determine if you have a physical PDF or the license for every song and every image in it. If not, that's your first homework. Get it done. Use my checklist and document it. Now, would you like to know why do 90% of copyright dispute ends in total revenue loss? Well, here it is. Lack of proof of ownership at the moment of uploading the video or the package. Think hard. If you were asked to produce proof of ownership today, right now, for your money-making videos, books, or digital asset, can you produce it? If not, here's what's at stake. Termination of Amazon KDP account, YouTube Content ID claims, and frozen Stripe account. These actions are real. They happen. And termination of your account can happen to you, and it has happened to many people. The road to success includes learning about the secret $67 registration, to learn about the AI copyright minefield, and to learn about the work for hire trap. Now, I was going to show you this maybe later on, but I do have in here a work for hire agreement. You could just go to online. If you don't have a lawyer, you don't have the money, just go online and look for a work for hire agreement for free. And let's start with that now. You start with that to get your thoughts together. And when you begin to have some funds, again, use a competent lawyer to be sure you're not missing anything. But at a minimum, you will have something to start at the beginning. So don't forget, use that. Use my checklist, and that should help you. That should help you get started. Right? Now, here's a big reveal for you. There's one metric that the Copyright Office cares about, and you may be ignoring it. Stay put to learn about enforcement. Keyword there. Here's a big tip. Most people failed because they think fair use, and I'm quite sure you heard that term before, fair use is a shield. It's actually a defense used after you have already been sued, meaning that your channel is terminated, you are going to court, and you have no money to defend yourself. I'm going to show you how to be the aggressor. Stay put. We are covering 5 triggers that keep your monetization green, meaning making money, including the biggest mistake that kills KDP account in under 5 days. Now, here's what the U.S. Copyright Office actually do. They rule whether your content is fixed or just floating. Do you think because you created it that you are protected, right? Learn the difference between fixation and registration to be sure. In the world of copyright, the difference between fixation and registration is a difference between having the rights and having a weapon to enforce it. Now, fixation is the moment your idea leaves your brain and is captured in a tangible medium of expression, like a video, a writing, a book, something like that. Registration, on the other hand, is the formal process of filing your fixed work with the government body, like the U.S. Copyright Office. Big difference again. Go back and learn about fixation and registration, key to learning what to do. Now here's a micro win for you. Understand copyrights is not automatic, but enforcement is earned. Now I'm gonna provide you with a quick summary. I'm gonna have to copy this and put it probably, I think here. Give me a second, let me sure that you can see it. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Let me double check it. Here you go. What it says here.
My wife made me buy this.
Okay, here we go. I think you can. Yeah, you can. Okay. So here's a quick comparison between fix and registration, right? Now, if you have let's talk about fix first and then registration. For example, your effort, you automatically are protected, have some protection because of the fix, right? Like we said, we described before, right? You created it, blah, blah, blah. So you have some automatic protection. For the formal application to have it registered, you need a formal application to do that. Now the cost or fixation is free, of course. Do it yourself, you're not paying anyone unless you are paying someone, in which case you need some protection, but it's free. Registration will cost $45 to $65 or more, depending how you do it. Now the key here, legal standing, as I understand it, right? Ownership, you only get ownership only on the fixation. Once again, don't forget my disclosure, right? Now, on the registration, you have the right to sue in federal court, right? Big difference, right? Now, damages, right? On the fixation, you have actual loss only. You have to be able to prove what you actually lost. Like, for example, if you have an account, you lost $37,000, that's the maximum you could sue for. Now, on the registration, you could sue up to $150,000 plus attorney fee. Like for example, on the fixation, if it costs you $50,000 to hire an attorney, and the maximum you could recover is $37,000, and is it worth to actually go into court for that, right? Now, lawyers are expensive, as we know. Now, here's an analogy for you. On the fixation, think of this, you bought the house. On the registration, you have the deed and an alarm system, basically. Now, the only thing you want to know, what can be protected under a copyright, right? A logo, a marketing material, music, education and training, artwork, dramatic work, literature, software, and obviously the videos that we are looking at right now. This section here is very important. You want to keep it around to be able to understand. You combine this chart here with my information about my protection checklist are very powerful to help you understand not only what can be protected, but also how to protect it, give you an idea how to do that. Now, let's go back to our presentation and continue the discussion. Now, take this action right now. If you need to, go to the copyright office at copyright.gov and bookmark the electronic copyright office ECO login. That way, if you need it, you will find it. So copyright.gov and bookmark ECO login. So I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to put it in the page that you were looking at, so you have that available. Let me put it right here, and I will change that to. You can see it. No, sorry, right here.
My wife made me buy this, and honestly, she...
It's thing doesn't shut up. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna make this thing quiet, but every time that I put it, it kind of plays it. I'm gonna have to change this video. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to go to my menu and pick up something else. I'm gonna pick this one.
Your channel is bleeding out.
Yeah, this one is quiet. Anyway, so here you can see, now you have on this page, now you have what can be protected by copyright. You have a comparison of fixation and registration. And you have the copyright.gov page that I'm asking you to go mark it up in case you need it in the future and you want to copyright your work. Very important to do that, okay? Okay, back to our program. Here we go. Okay, so now the mistake that many people make is thinking creation equals protection, right? I thought, hey, if I made it, I have some sort of protection. Well, this is why it matters to understand creation and protection. In the US, you cannot sue for damages unless you have a registration certificate, like I explained in the comparison. For example, someone steal your $100,000 course without the paperwork, right, saying that you created it, without the registration. You are just a person with a hurt feeling. There's not much you could do. You could try to take it to court, but the question they're going to ask, where is your documentation proving you were the first? If you don't have it, you're done. Now, with it, right, with the registration certificate, you are a person with a legal hammer. Therefore, do this immediately for your money protection, for all your money, for your money protection, for money producing assets like videos and books and courses. Right, protected by going to the Copyright Office. Now, let us look at the AI copyright minefield. Here's a big question for you. Can you legally own something a machine made for you, like AI? The problem content creators are facing today is AI-generated content like Suno, Midjourney, ChatGPT is currently mucky landfill, right? There hasn't been enough cases in the courts to be able to determine what is right and what is wrong. But here's the truth. The U.S. Copyright Office has said AI work without significant human input cannot be copyrighted. That, what does that mean? If you let AI do all the work, create the thumbnail, create the title, create the script, create the video, without significant human input, you cannot copyright it. Did you know that? Most people don't. But here's how to fix it. The impressive input strategy. You must document the human-made base layer. Like, for example, the calculation of all those assets, all those AI assets, the creation and manipulation of the script, the creation or the manipulation of multiple titles, in which case you document your inputs, how your human input was actually part of the information that you created. Now, here's where most people get this wrong. They think a clever prompt makes them an author. I thought if I got a book and I use all different prompts and I created a book, I am the author, but it doesn't. If the AI did the heavy lifting, you own how much, what percentage? 10, 20? No, you own 0% of the copyright. But wait, There is a loophole. Would you like to learn about it? If you draw a base and the AI expands it, or if you rearrange AI elements into a unique ordered book, you can register the copulation. Stay with me, and I will show you how to phrase this so that the Copyright Office does not reject your work or your application. All right, next, work for hire and freelance trap. Big one here. You need to ask yourself this question. Did your $5 Fiverr artist just steal your future royalties? So avoid this problem. Hiring someone to make your logo or book cover doesn't automatically mean you own it. Matter of fact, some people argue that you do not own it. Therefore, protect yourself. Sign a work for hire agreement with your freelancer or contributor. And I have shown you a picture earlier. It looks something like this. If you don't have one, like I said, just search for a work for hire agreement. There are many free templates out there. Obviously, the best thing is to hire a lawyer, right? But if you do not have the money or the time to hire one, at a minimum, get a free template, populate it, or there's some template that are not that expensive. Populate it, and that will give you a start, so you could take to your lawyers, and you could kind of have something signed that documents the intent of the transaction between you and your artist. Okay, very important. This is why you need to do this. Without this agreement, a freelancer can legally claim a portion of your royalty 5 years from now, right? Not today, not tomorrow. 5 years, you say, hey, I created that logo, therefore I own that, part of that income that's coming in. Did you know that? I suspected it, but now I know. This mistake silently kills engagement with your own legal rights. I once saw a producer lose an entire music catalog because they used a guitar player for 10 minutes. They lost the entire catalog because they didn't have a work for hire form. Well, here's a quick fix for you. Every time you pay someone, they must sign a transfer of rights. If you don't have this, your passive income belongs to them too. Wow, isn't that interesting? Next, this is why most creators completely misunderstand this. They ask me, are you aware of the copyright 10-second rules? And I said, copyright 10-second rule? And they said, surprise, there is no safe number of seconds for using copyright music or copyrighted ideas. 0. If you use it, it's either off or on. Full disclosure, again, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not offering legal advice. So therefore, if you need legal advice, hire a lawyer. Read my disclosure in the description. Now, there's a contrarian view that says some creators would argue fair use is a defense against copyrighted music or ideas. However, learn this. Fair use is not a permission slip. It is a coherent argument after you are taken to court and you lose your income. Remember, if you have a copyright claim on YouTube or any other platform, the first thing they will do is they give you 5 days to respond to it. If you're not able to respond to it, you will lose your channel, you will lose your income, you lose everything. Money stop coming in. If you have to go to court, that takes time. So fair use is not going to help you. You may argue it, but it may not help you. Now, do not go away. In a minute, I'm going to show you a $1.40 alternative to the $650 per hour legal fee. you're not making enough money, you want to document your work, you may want to stay on. Here's a quick reality check. Everything so far leads to this. You can be 100% right and it still be 100% broke. If your account gets frozen in a dispute, right, you will not be able to get paid, even if you're right. Now, let me show you something surprising. It's called the independent witness methodology that protects you for the price of a cup of coffee. Now, there are some argument against it, but you may want to kind of at least listen up and see what it can do for you. Now, something called the protect my work strategy. And here it is, how to protect and how to prove you were the first, right? Because that's the whole key. Right? If you create something and the copyrights office, they want to know who did it first, right? And if you see a movie about copyrights, there's always a question of who did it first and what documentation is available to do that. Now learn this. A formal US copyright registration takes 1 to 3 months and it costs $65 plus per work. Now you compare that to protect my work or third-party witness services, right? And that costs probably as much as a cup of coffee, about $1.50, depending on how you pay, right? The third-party witness services that act as an independent timestamp, that's what they do. They timestamp to fix the time that your work was created, approve the creation date and the authorship, right? So if you have something, a timestamp that says on day 10 of this month, I created this work and I'm the author, that will be very valuable in proving you were the first. Now learn this argument. In the US, the only place to register your copyright is directly through the US Copyright Office at copyright.gov, right? No question about that, right? The contrarian argument is that a third-party witness service may not provide the same legal support that registration through the US Copyright Office does. However, it could possibly help you keep your earnings while you go to court. This is how it compares to the office registration. Official registry and for maximum protection in the United States, you must register directly with the U.S. Copyright Office at, and I'm going to put this information here again on that page. So when we go back to it, we can look at it real quick. Let me just put it over here for you. Should have had it there before, but wasn't sure what was important. So if you remember, we could go here. So this is, better make it a little bigger. Right. So that's where you register your work, right? So that's an important part, right? So I'll keep it there for now. You can also register your official patent for invention. You must file it through the USPTO.gov. Okay, I'm going to put that in there as well. So you have that available. You can see it. And I'm going to leave it on for a little bit. Right. So this is where you go do this stuff. Okay. Now, so those are the official site, right? So third-party alternative like third-party witness services providers do not provide official legal or statutory copyright registration, but many creators use them. Why would you say that? They're using as a deterrent against copycat, but for convenient proof or authorship for platforms like Amazon, KDP, and YouTube. Here's a micro win for you. Generating a shareable timestamp certificate in 60 seconds for $1.50 or so may be worth it initially if you are not making lots of money, right? Now, most people misunderstand the goal. You always need to go to the Supreme Court. Scratch that. You don't always need to go to the Supreme Court to protect your work or your income. You just need to satisfy Amazon and YouTube bot in under 5 days. Remember, if you go to court, it's going to take months. If you're going to register your work, it's going to take months, sometimes years, right? But to keep your income rolling, continuing, right, you need to prove to YouTube and to Amazon within 5 days that you were the first, that you have enough paperwork to satisfy a bot, that you should keep your income while you get this debate going, right? So in 5 days, using Protect My Work or third-party witness, we'll provide you with a digital certified ID that may possibly stop copycat in their tracks. Is it going to stop them? You may know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but at least you have the proof. Hey, on this day, this is what I created, right? And if someone doesn't have the same proof, you certainly would win, right? Right. My estimation, not a legal advice. Now, using third-party witness services is the fastest, cheapest copyright legal protection supporting your low-content books and video, right? Now, legal protection data, right? Doesn't mean that you're going to have full legal protection. No, it's data that you could use to support your argument that you have the copyright ownership of the product, right? That you were the initial creator of it. Now, remember, for full protection, you need to go to the Copyright Office, right? Or you need to go to the Patent Office and register. But if you don't have the time or the money and you have a protection from a third-party vendor, that may help you. Now, no guarantee. If you go to a lawyer, they will tell you you need to go to register with a official registry, right? But remember, we're talking about court, and we're talking about satisfying YouTube and satisfying Amazon, right? And remember this, right? If you register your work, right, it's like you have, similar to having a document proving that you are the owner, and you have a system like an accounting ID that will provide you with that. Now, this is not going to give you the protection for damages that you see here, right? Right. But it will basically it will help you with the ownership proof. It doesn't give you the right, it may not give you the right to sue initially, okay, depending on the situation. But at a minimum, it will kind of help you prove ownership, right? So it's a toss-up, right? You either have zero protection or you have some protection, like a timestamp and a certificate saying that you're the owner. Think about that. Next, navigating content ID and takedown. Question: do you know how to talk to a content review bot? You don't? Well, this is what the problem is. Replying, "I don't mean to infringe," is a fast track to account termination. The simple solution is to provide a valid documentation in your reply. Take this action right now. create a copyright legal protection checklist like the one I just showed you. Something similar to this. Whereas you have a checklist that you can go say, do I have this, do I have that? And you keep that along with your work. And that will let you know at least the level of protection that you have in relation to your assets, to your digital assets. So you could, if you need one, you don't have one, let me know. I'll be more than glad to send it to you. It's what I use in my work. And so far, I haven't had to defend it, but so actually I have replied to a couple of copyrights ID claims from YouTube, and I have been successful on those. I have taken the proper action, so my channel is still active. So, and if you don't think it's going to happen to you, trust me, it will happen to you. It happens to, if you are basically a content creator, you are going to get ID claim. Even if you have, like I got a couple of them, I had a paid service, and I still got a claim from them. And I disputed them, and they still told me no. And I had to dispute it again and again until I finally won the contest. But it's important that you kind of have a legal protection, a copyright protection checklist, like I just shown you, right? So you have a license link ready to have it in a folder. You may want to name the folder copyright legal protection. If you do that with every upload, or at minimum with the one that are making you money, right? You don't have to do it with every single video, especially if you're not making any money. But if you're making $30,000, or whatever it is you're making, you want to protect that income. You want to start thinking about protecting the work and start using some documentation for that. Now, the real secret is this: YouTube and Amazon reward behavior, not intent. They don't care if you are a good person. They care if you have the PDF licenses available to present to them in the event that you have a claim against your work. Stop obsessing over the creative side and start engineering your legal filing system. If you ignore this, the viewers leave you and the money simply stop, period. If your channel is canceled, money will stop. If your video is terminated, the money will stop. If your KDP account is terminated, money will stop. Think about that. So you need to start engineering your legal filing system to protect yourself. Here's my truth. If you want to protect and guarantee that your passive income stay yours, you need to take action. In my view, documentation is more valuable than creation. This is a rule to live by. If you cannot prove you own it in 5 days, you don't own it. It's not going to court. Remember, going to court is going to take months. It might take years. But in KDP, Amazon, and YouTube, they give you 5 days to prove ownership. Right? It's an action for you. Every asset you upload, you must have a license trail. For example, an invoice plus terms of service plus registration, right? So if you have those, when I got a copyright claim on mine, I had to provide the terms of service. I had to provide I didn't provide the invoice, but I did provide the location where my license was contained. And the fact, I didn't have to, it was not registered because it was not a money producing asset at that point, right? But it was basically one of my YouTube videos that I got a claim against. So they will ask for proof. If you don't have it, they would deny your claim. And I had a couple of them denied, and I had to change the music because of that. Even though I paid for the license, even though I paid for the music that I was using, and I submitted a claim response, they still denied it. So think about that. But I didn't get a hit though, so it was just sort of like a warning. Okay, sort of like a training grounds, right? So here's the real secret. Your passive income is only as strong as your paperwork trail. Most people focus on income, but wealth comes from ownership. If you only remember one thing today, remember this. For $1.50 certificate, you may be saving or protecting a 40,000 earning report if your account is deleted by a bot, right? So if you have a certificate, it could protect you, potentially, right? At least you have proof that you can provide to the bot. Hey, here's the information about, a certificate that said my work was created on this day, and I have a legal document, so quasi-legal, or at least you have a written document that proves the day of creation and the fact that you were the author. That could save your income, enough to give you enough income to fight this person that's sniping against your passive income. Now, this is a quick summary or recap of what we talked about. Register your money-producing products or assets at copyright.gov, right? For maximum protection, or file a patent for invention with the US PTO, right? Now, the third option, which I'm going to place on the sheet that I'm showing you, that I showed you before. Let me put it there. Sorry about that one. Hopefully did it. Computers are kind of funny, especially when the operator is kind of. Oh, give me a couple of seconds here. Went to a different page altogether. So these are the three options that I've been discussing tonight, right? And I want to be clear on each one, so there's no misunderstanding, right? Now, remember what I said on my disclosure at the beginning. I think I said on the other page. If you have copyright issue, hire a lawyer. That's the best way that's the best way to get the best advice, right? This is just information I'm providing for training purposes and entertainment for you, right? So if you need to register something, at least this is real, you go to the copyright.gov, right, and register your work. And if you want protection, right, that's where you go, right? You register your work there. Also, you could go to the Office of Patent if you have an invention that you want to protect, right? That's the second option. The third option here is to investigate using Protect My Work or third-party witness services, which can be done for a fraction of the cost, and it's pretty quickly. I don't advocate you to use. I'm not saying use one of these three options. I'm just saying these are the three options that I have looked into and investigated for this video that I believe to be correct for this, right? You have to do your own research or your own work about it. But I give you three options that you can use to look into it, right? And protect your income and protect your money. Now, 2 seconds. That's that. So if you use this section here, that contains the location or how to protect your work, in combination with the things that you are protecting, And if you use my checklist, which I have used to protect my work, right, you might be able to have enough documentation to protect your work or protect your income, right? So that's what I have for you. It's available, right? Now, so what I'm recommending is for you to document every AI and freelance asset with a signed work for hire agreement. Like I show you here, you could get a copy of work for hire agreement in the internet for free to get you started, basically. So it's available for you to do some protection on that. And I tell you, they do work. I hired someone, and I was looking at the video and said, like, why is your logo on my video? Oh no, this no. They either had to take it down, or they need to sign the form first of all, and they need to don't put any of their logo or music, their own personal music, on my video, because that's not what I hired them for. Very important that you keep track of that, okay? Now, remember, successful creators do not just make content, they manage intellectual property. Strong ideas matter. Bulletproof rights matter even more. Every second of your video must earn the next, and every dollar you earn must be protected. The creator who grows faster are not the one with the best cameras, are the one who improves their business system faster than the copycat could steal them, right? You know that one of the favorite way to go viral is to find a viral video, and we don't say copyright, we're saying conceptually use some of the assets, right? But some people would say, well, that's copying, you know. So as long as they're not a one-to-one copy of what you did or your work, and if they do, you will have some protection. So remember this, you could be growing really fast, and the minute you become successful, that's when people begin to start to attach to your income. Okay, so protect it. Now, if this helps you to protect your livelihood in any way, shape, or form, subscribe to join the community of creators who are here to build the channel to last. As you know, as I expressed before, our mission here is for every new subscriber to help us reach our goal of supporting and feeding veterans. Let's build a business that gives back. Now, as you know, I ask you to subscribe, but remember, YouTube likes subscription, they likes, but they enjoy and are tracking more than ever engagement question. So engage with me and answer this question for me. Which part of your business feels more valuable right now? Your music, your image, or your AI assets? Tell me in the comments and let's troubleshoot it together. Now, again, if this helps you to understand why your revenue might be at risk, subscribe for more breakdown on the psychological and legality of creator economy. We are on a mission here to not just build wealth, but to help feed those who serve. After this, watch my next video on success beat the algorithm to make more money and avoid burnout. because it explains exactly why do some creator grows fast while others feel stuck. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget,